Hello and welcome back. In this short lecture, we will be looking at cloud concepts and especially into the private cloud model. In our last lesson, we looked at the public cloud model and we remembered that one of the main points of the public cloud model was it represents hardware and the services shared across multiple tenants or different customers altogether. Now, today, when we look at private cloud model, we will see that that's in a lot of ways that exactly completely opposite side of the public cloud. Now, if you look at the screen of this, what exactly the private cloud, all the hardware and servers resources are dedicated to a single individual customer. And that's one of the main points of the private cloud model. And we can think about two different ways. One way is if we had our own on-premises data center, we would consider that as a private cloud. Of course, how we build is that's completely all different case, but at the end, it's just serving for only for the one customer, that is just to you. And if you take the second way to think about it as a private cloud model is having isolated resources within Azure. For example, by default, Microsoft Azure can be a public cloud where all the application systems resides on the servers that are also being used by other people. But what if Microsoft Azure offers you a private cloud model in isolated resources? That's called, again, a private cloud. Yeah, that is also possible with the Microsoft, where they offer for you a private cloud model. For example, if you see here, a private cloud consists of computing resources used exclusively by one business or one organization. So with the Microsoft Azure, you do have an option to go for a dedicated private cloud or dedicated agency, a specific data center. For example, if you see private clouds more oftenly used for the government agencies, financial institutes, and other mid to large size organizations with business critical operations seeking enhanced control over their environment. So, but it would be at the end, it would be managed by somebody else, which is again here the Microsoft Azure, but you do have an option to get it or request from Microsoft to get a private cloud model. Okay, but if you're thinking about in on-premises, how you can do it, it's all the normal data center, or you can go for Azure Stack is another product which is built on Azure Stack. If you see here, so this is the Azure Stack, which talks about the hybrid computing specific, but you can have very similar experience, similar way. You can have your own cloud on your on-premises, or you can go for the System Center Microsoft System Center product. So this is makes a complete suite of different products combinations, also which makes you your on-premises data center as the private cloud. For example, you can use the virtual machine managers to spin up automatically and manage with the servers with the configuration manager and the DPM for the backup and recovery, and for the self-service for the ticketing and orchestrated runbooks, which is a very powerful method where automatic execution would happen on your on-premises or private cloud. This would be the runbook execution. So all these integration with different tools for the managing this, especially for the monitoring purpose, SCOM, and the service manager for automation. Whatever the monitoring task would happen, that can be automatically monitored, and then that can you can act on it proactively and reactive methods. So with the combination of System Center, yes, you have the capability of doing your own private cloud model. But now for this topic, what exactly the private cloud to understand? So it's a single tenant implementation and owned and operated by your IT organization, or maybe somebody's IT organization, and define your own data management policies, how the storage should be and when it should be retired, and what is the time frame of the archiving the data. For example, you want to store for 5 years, 10 years, it all the governance in your hand, and it would be a self-service and automated capabilities provided by new agility softwares like System Center or Azure Stack kind of thing. So what are the pros and cons by having this model? It's a fully customizable, so you have full control. You can request your IT team to do whatever the modifications at the hardware layer or any other layer you wanted to do it, and higher level of security, because the security it's in your eyes. You can visibly see what's happening within that private cloud, and you can get a better performance comparatively with the Microsoft public cloud. The reason being, when I say better performance, it might be coexist nearest your location or in your data center, so you have a direct connectivity. So it would be definitely a better performance, and you can choose what performance you wanted based on the budget that you have. But there are flip sides. Definitely the cons would be the higher upfront capital expenses you need to invest to procure those hardware and that software, all that. And for the risk side, definitely under utilization of resources, because you may not be using full-fledged all the resources, and higher ongoing cost, definitely for the managing. But it all depends again on your business, because maybe your company is into financial sector. You wanted to have the data fully controlled by you, then definitely this is a better way of managing. So again, to summarize, the private cloud is a way to isolate and dedicate a specific set of resources, like servers or maybe storages and things like that, to a single customer, and which is a completely opposite model of public cloud model, which is multiple customers using the same resources in the public cloud model. So with the private cloud, we get our own set of our resources, which come at expensive of higher cost and upfront. That's a cost, is again we are putting upfront and ongoing for these resources. But what we get is the benefit is definitely we get more customization options and higher security option, as well as the better performance is what we get it. So again, you can think the private cloud model is completely two different ways. Whether it's going to be your own data center with, as I said, system center tools, or other Azure Stack or some other different tools you use it, or using isolated parts of Microsoft Azure cloud. So the main point is that the single customer has a specific set of resources. So that concludes this private cloud. I hope this is useful for you. Catch you in the next lesson.